I do want to comment on the continuing media attacks on religious people. There was an astonishing tweet yesterday for a guy named Dan Levin. Dan Levin says he covers young America and the issues they care about for the New York Times. Here's what he tweeted yesterday. Quote, I'm a New York Times reporter writing about hashtag expose Christian schools. Are you in your 20s or younger who went to a Christian school? I'd like to hear about your experience and its impact on your life. Please DM me. So basically, this was him trolling for a bunch of people who didn't like the religious school they went to so they can whine, so he can write a piece about how bad Christian schools are. All of this is on the heels of Karen Pence going back to teach at a Christian school last week and Covington Catholic boys going to the March for Life this week. Right? All of this is designed to take down Christian schools. This is the next agenda of the mainstream media. It's funny, if you wait for about 5 minutes, the media usually make their agenda pretty clear. When it came to Karen Pence and Covington Catholic, the agenda was not Karen Pence or the boys of Covington Catholic. The agenda was that religious schools are inherently deeply terrible, that they are repressive, they are oppressive, they are mean to people. And you saw the media's narrative shift over the course of the Covington Catholic story, specifically in this direction. It went from, here are these evil, racist boys, look how racist and evil they are, to, well, maybe they're not racist and evil, per se, but maybe other kids at those schools are racist and evil. And then when they couldn't find evidence of that, it became, well, maybe other schools in the diocese are homophobic. And then when that fell apart, it turned into, well, maybe religious schools in general are just bad. Maybe religious schools in general are the problem. This rage against religion is going to grow. The secular left feels that they have religious people on the retreat, and they specifically feel that because the Trump administration has been very good on religious issues, and because Trump himself is unpopular, they're going to have running room if Trump were to lose in 2020. This is really what they're setting up for. Prepare yourself. If Trump loses in 2020, if Democrats take back the Senate, there will be a push against religious people in this country worse than anything we have seen in the last several decades. It will be brutal. It will be an attempt to get rid of accreditation for religious schools. It will be an attempt to take away nonprofit status for churches and synagogues. It will be an attempt to take kids out of homes if those kids are not supposed to have met leftist standards of social engineering. That's where all of this is going. And the media are leading the charge in all of this because a lot of members of the media are people who probably went to parochial school. And now they're on the left and they don't like that they went to parochial school. They don't like the parochial schools. And so they are going to attack religion with alacrity. This is an astonishing tweet. Hashtag expose Christian schools. I mean, just for a little history lesson. Christian schools are responsible for the vast majority of education in the history of the West. The vast majority of great universities were founded as Christian schools. Education itself, in the Western sense, was a creation of the Catholic Church. The notion that Christian schools are an inherent bad and that they must be done away with in favor of what, our garbage public school system, that that's the solution, is pretty incredible. But what's going to happen next is a hardcore push from the left to get rid of Christian schools altogether. Because centralization of government control is always the agenda.